somebody that talks with leaders around the world in very high places, I always tell leaders that what's wrong with the world is not gang violence. It is not human trafficking or sex trafficking. It is not a drug epidemic. What we are dealing with in the world is a culture and a generation of people that have no vision for their lives. And when you wake up out of the bed with no vision, other people not only force their vision upon you, but other people have the power to dictate the reality and the narrative that is created through your life. And when I understood this years ago, we made a decision, a non-negotiable decision, that I was going to live my life with a very clear vision, that I was not going to allow people or circumstances or conditions or environments or cultural norms or voices to script the narrative and to tell me what was possible for my life, that I was going to determine what was possible for my own life, and I was going to script the chapters the way that I wanted them to go. And so if you really want change to happen in your life, you got to be a person that lives with a very clear mission and vision. One of the most important questions we can ever ask ourselves on the journey to our greatest life is, how do I embrace the life that I was born for? Woo! You know, if you get me started on that question, we'll be here for 20 more years talking. But how are you going to answer that question? How do you embrace? A lot of people are living an alternative reality and living in a false narrative that has been scripted by culture and voices around them and environment and statistical information, and they are not living an authentic life. And you have a decision to make. Are you going to embrace the life that you were born for? Are you going to live up to the level of your potential and who you were created to be? Over the course of the last few weeks, we have been exploring one of our favorite topics in the world. We have been dealing with the anatomy and power of questions. However, we have not just been looking at the power of asking any question. We've explored in detail the importance of asking empowered questions for your life. As we bring this series to a close, I wanted to go a layer deeper. I wanted to give you a glimpse into the ideas and concepts that have springboarded my growth, development, and advancement at so many different phases of my life. First of all, never underestimate the power of writing things down. This has to do with questions, the path of the book says. Well, a lot of people, we just talked about the importance of having a vision. A lot of people will tell me, and they will fight me on this. They will say to me, Janelle, I don't need to write anything down. It's all in my head. So that's wonderful. But the reality is that you need to get it out of your head and you need to get it on paper. You need to write the vision. You need something that you can look at on a consistent basis that reminds you of what's possible, that reminds you of what you're concentrating on, and that reminds you of the direction that you want your life to take. Let me say it again. You need to write things down because, number one, you need to have a picture of what's possible for your life. You need to have a picture of what you need to be concentrating on, and you need to be able to look at where the direction of your life should be moving. When your goals stay in your head and you don't write them down, that's as far as they go. Because all of the people that tell me their goals in their head, none of them are accomplishing their goals. And it's somebody that has not only learned the power of asking questions and goal setting and strategic planning, but has empowered people in all walks of life from around the world to do the same thing. I do know what I'm talking about when I talk about writing things down. Now, what you have to understand about me is if you listen to my Finished with Your Strong series about how I detail everything about my day, I can go back to March 23rd, 2023, look at my planner, and I could tell you exactly what I did start to finish on that day. So I have a planner that is detailed, and I also have my journal, and my journal is detailed. My journal has every everything from my economic goals to my spiritual goals to my personal goals to the mapping, what I call prophetic mapping of the sequence that's going to get me there, to the daily, weekly, moment-by-moment steps that I need to do it. It has affirmations. It has quotations and things that have inspired me within that week or time frame. There's so much that goes into success that I don't even have the time here to talk to you about it. But I know that writing things down is a powerful tool that will set success and prosperity in motion for your life and empower you to live your life at the next level. I promise you that this is not a promo for the Breakthrough Journal. However, I hope that you will invest in some kind of journal and write your ideas down. I always tell people that any idea that is worthy should be written down. Write that down. Any idea that is worthy and worthwhile should be written down. And that's why, I do quotes. That's why I've written 12 books and I'm still writing books. That's why I have a lot of intellectual property that has been, sent to the government and protected and everything, because I understand the power of worthwhile ideas. And the people who know me, work with me, or they're mentored by me, they know the power of my ideas and how it has changed their lives. And so what I'm saying to you is that the vision is really important. Even if you say, okay, Janelle, I want to start a business, I need to even get a loan from a bank or venture capitalist or angel investor, you have to show up to them with a business plan. Now, you're talking to somebody that has a finance degree. A well-rounded business plan is at least 100 pages. So don't tell me that it's in my head and you're going to go into a bank with no outline plan of how you expect that business to generate revenues to pay back that loan. So we get real deep when it comes to certain things, but the reality is that if your vision is important, if it is investment worthy, you should be writing those things down so that you can help set that in motion for your life. Anything that you have not written down is not of value to you. I'll just say it. Anything that you have not written down is not of value to you, or as I often say, anything that you have not penned to paper is not a priority in your life. Everything that is of importance to me has been documented, from the systems of my business to the operations of my business to the financial landscape of my business to business relationships. Everything has been documented. And so if it's not documented, it's not something that's important to me, and it's not something that's important to you. Many years ago, I started the success discipline of journaling. I had journaled about my goals, my vision, my mission, my business, my relationships, my personal growth and development, and even my money. And while some will argue that it is a coincidence, much of what I have written down has become a reality in my life. It is a law that whatever you document, you get done. Whatever you document, you get done. And what you script, you set in motion for your life. So what I want you to do is I want you to get your thoughts and ideas out of your head and get them down on paper. Listen to this. When the mind is clear, details emerge and the way appears. When the mind is clear, details emerge and the way appears. So a lot of people, when they get in stressful situations or anxious situations, they allow people to put a lot of pressure on them. And, everybody will tell you, your lawyers will tell you, your accountants will tell you, everybody will tell you, you need to make this decision, you need to do this now. And anybody that knows Janelle, I am not a person that you are going to push into a corner and pressure into a decision. I will make the decision when I'm ready to make the decision. And one of the things that I tell people is that you are not going to pressure me. We're going to take a pause, and you're going to give me a moment to think. And when my mind is clear, the details emerge and the way appears. like I told